When the active shooter alarm rang out, ICU nurse Nicole Thompson was changing the IV bag for 68-year-old heart patient Mr. Davis. When Code Silver was announced over the hospital speakers, everyone began running in panic through the corridors. "Nicole, we need to get out of here. We should lock the doors and hide," shouted her nurse colleague Jennifer in fear. But Nicole did something different. She maintained her composure, told Mr. Davis, "Everything will be fine, sir," and then walked into the corridor. Unlike the other nurses who were running away, she was walking toward the sounds of the attackers. In the next 45 seconds, everyone at Memorial Hospital would learn who Nicole Thompson really was, because those automatic weapon sounds and tactical movements weren't foreign to her. When she confronted the two attackers, Nicole's movement had changed. Her walk had changed, as if she had become a completely different person. Welcome to Hidden Legends. Before we continue with this powerful story, tell us in the comments what city you're watching from today. And if you believe stories like this deserve to be told, hit that subscribe and like button. Nicole Thompson was a 34-year-old ICU nurse who had been working at Memorial Hospital in Seattle for 8 years. The patients in the critical care unit loved her dearly. She was calm, reliable, always in the right place at the right time. "Nurse Nicole is our angel," the patients would say. "We feel safe when she's with us." But Nicole's sense of security came from very different places than a normal nurse's experience. The routine in the ICU was the same every day. The shift would start at 6 a.m. and end at 6 p.m. She would monitor the vital signs of critical patients, administer medications, and communicate with families. But Nicole's approach was different. Other nurses found Nicole's response to emergency situations strange. "Nicole, how do you stay so calm during crisis moments?" they would ask. "Experience," Nicole would say quietly. "Some situations can be unexpected." This experience came from a 12-year Delta Force career. Counterterrorism operations, hostage rescue, classified missions in Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta. Nicole had provided operational service in the world's most dangerous places. Nicole Thompson's real story began 16 years ago. She had joined the Army at age 18. Nicole had been fascinated by military precision since childhood. Organization, discipline, purpose-driven life. "I can achieve excellence within structure," she had told the recruiter. After basic training, she received medical training, then airborne school, ranger school. She had shown exceptional performance. She had caught the attention of Special Operations Command. The Delta Force selection process was the most difficult military training. Psychological evaluation, physical endurance, tactical skills assessment. Nicole had managed to rank in the top 10 in history among female candidates. Her first assignment was in Afghanistan. Counterterrorism operations, Taliban compound raids, hostage rescue missions. During 3 years of deployment, she had completed over 40 successful operations. Her second assignment was in Iraq. Urban warfare, insurgent networks, high-value target neutralization. Nicole's specialty was close-quarters combat and medical trauma management. Her third assignment was classified international operations, counterterrorism support, embassy security, VIP protection. Nicole's most dangerous and sensitive missions occurred during this period. Nicole's Delta Force training wasn't just standard military. Advanced combat medicine, counterterrorism tactics, hostage rescue procedures, psychological warfare, specialized skills. "A Delta operator must be versatile," said Training Commander Colonel Harris. "Combat medic, tactical expert, psychological analyst, life-death decisions under extreme pressure." Nicole had completely embraced this philosophy. Field medicine under fire, tactical medical evacuations, combat surgery. Her medical knowledge was at military level. The most critical training was hostage rescue operations, hospital environments, school settings, office buildings. Nicole had learned tactical operations in civilian environments. During an operation in Syria, they had rescued 15 hostages from a terrorist-held hospital. Nicole had saved 3 critical patients by combining her medical expertise and tactical skills through surgery. After that mission, she had become one of Delta Force's most valued operators. She had specifically received multiple target engagement training, dealing with 2 or more attackers simultaneously. This training would prove very useful at the hospital. After 12 years of active duty, Nicole had decided to retire. PTSD symptoms, readjustment challenges, desire for civilian life. She had started nursing school. "Why are you leaving the military?" the Delta Force commander had asked. "Because I want to focus on healing in a peaceful environment now. Transition from combat to healing." Nicole was overqualified at nursing school. Advanced medical training, trauma experience, emergency response skills. But the instructors hadn't asked detailed background questions. "I've always wanted to work in healthcare," Nicole had said, "to provide medical care to people." Critical care nursing was a perfect fit. The ICU environment felt familiar to Nicole. High-pressure medical decisions, life-death situations, precision required. When Memorial Hospital hired her, Nicole was an exceptional nurse. Patient advocacy, clinical excellence, crisis management, but no one knew her extraordinary background. Sunday, October 29th, Nicole was on her normal shift. There were 12 patients in the ICU, post-surgical recoveries, cardiac monitors, ventilator patients, routine but critical medical care. At 2:15 p.m., Nicole was adjusting IV medication in Mr. Davis's room. 68-year-old cardiac patient, stable condition, routine care. "Nurse Nicole, thank you for taking such good care of me," said Mr. Davis gratefully. "You're welcome, Mr. Davis. You're recovering wonderfully," said Nicole with a warm smile. But Nicole had noticed unusual activity in the hospital, increased movement of security personnel, nervous behavior from administrative staff, subtle tension. At 2:22 p.m., the hospital PA system activated. Code Silver, Code Silver. All personnel initiate lockdown procedures immediately. Panic began in the ICU. Nurses, patients, families were terrified. Active shooter in the hospital. The worst nightmare for a healthcare facility. "Nicole, what are we going to do?" asked Jennifer in panic. "Calm down. Follow the protocols," said Nicole. But she was conducting internal assessment, sound analysis, threat assessment, tactical response planning. Automatic weapon fire sounds were coming from the main floor. AR-15 pattern, sustained bursts, systematic movement. This wasn't random violence. It was an organized attack. "Everyone, secure the patient rooms, lock doors, turn off lights," Nicole instructed the staff. But Nicole was planning differently. Threat neutralization, patient protection, tactical intervention. Nicole left the ICU for the main corridor. Other personnel were in hiding positions, but Nicole was moving to locate the threat. On the second-floor corridor, she saw 2 attackers. Both were in their mid-20s, black tactical gear, AR-15 rifles, moving in coordination. Military-style movement, but amateur coordination. Nicole conducted automatic threat assessment, 2 attackers, moderate-level training, planned attack, civilian target focus. Both were systematically clearing separate corridors. Multiple target engagement plan. Silent approach to first attacker. Second attacker's response time 3 to 4 seconds. Sequential neutralization required. Nicole's movement pattern completely changed. Multi-target tactical approach, timing coordination, precision execution. The ICU nurse was gone. Delta Force multi-target specialist activated. Nicole approached the 2 attackers in the shadows. Multi-target engagement protocols, noise discipline, sequential timing. First attacker in left corridor, second attacker in right corridor, approximately 20 meters apart. Tactical plan, first target silent neutralization, second target rapid engagement before response. 15 meters, Nicole tactical breathing, multiple target muscle memory activation. 10 meters, approach to first attacker, awareness of second attacker's positioning. 5 meters, commitment to sequential engagement. First sequence, silent approach, disarm, control, suppress. Delta Force muscle memory automatic. She took control of the first attacker's weapon, silent chokehold, consciousness suppression. 15 seconds. The second attacker noticed the first gunman's silence, turned toward Nicole. Second sequence, rapid movement, tactical positioning, disarmament. 20 seconds. She deflected the second attacker's weapon, close quarters takedown, ground restraint. Two threats neutralized, Nicole said calmly into the hospital security radio. Total operation time, 45 seconds. 2 attackers, 0 casualties, professional control. The security team arrived expecting chaos, found organized threat control. Nicole was holding 2 attackers in professional restraint positions, situation completely under control. "Ma'am, how did you— 2 people single-handedly?" asked Security Chief Johnson in amazement. "Training," Nicole said simply. "Multi-target engagement. Is everyone safe?" Hospital personnel began emerging from hiding positions. ICU nurses, doctors, patients. Everyone was safe thanks to Nicole's intervention. Jennifer couldn't believe it. "Nicole, this was incredible. 2 armed attackers alone. Where did you learn this?" Nicole paused. Time to reveal an 8-year secret. "Military background, special operations," Nicole said quietly. Hospital staff gathered around, listening. "Special operations? What kind?" asked Dr. Martinez, ICU attending physician. "Delta Force, counterterrorism, hostage rescue, 12 years active duty." Complete silence. The hospital's beloved ICU nurse was actually an elite military warrior. "Nicole, you were in Delta Force?" asked Jennifer in disbelief. "Operational Detachment Delta, Special Forces, retired 8 years ago, became a nurse. Police arrived, took the 2 attackers into custody. Nicole's professional restraint technique was perfect. No injuries, complete control. ICU patients learned about Nicole's heroics. Mr. Davis was emotional. "Nurse Nicole, I knew you were special, but I had no idea you were a real hero." "Mr. Davis, I'm still the same person, still your nurse, still here to take care of you." ICU patient families expressed gratitude. "We always felt safe with Nicole. Now we know why." Nicole continued normal nursing duties, but colleagues saw her differently, respect mixed with awe. "How do you transition from Delta Force to nursing?" asked young nurse Ashley. "Both jobs are about saving lives, different methods, same mission." Nicole's former Delta Force teammates learned the news. Messages, phone calls came from around the world. "Heard you went full operator at the hospital. Classic Thompson. Once Delta, always Delta. Glad you're safe." Retired Commander Colonel Harris called personally. "Nicole, proud of you. Perfect tactical response under civilian conditions." "Sir, just did what training taught us. Protect innocent lives." That's exactly what we trained for. Service continues in different forms. Nicole was still an ICU nurse, but with additional responsibilities. Crisis management consultant, staff trainer, security advisor. "Being a nurse taught me a different kind of healing," Nicole said. "Delta Force taught tactical response. Both skills are valuable." Patient care remained the primary focus. Military background enhanced medical capability, didn't replace it. "Nicole combines warrior strength with healing compassion," said Dr. Martinez. "Perfect combination for critical care." Young nurses looked up to Nicole as a mentor. "How do you stay calm during medical emergencies?" "Training, experience, understanding that every life matters equally." Nicole's story isn't just about heroism. It's about the evolution of service spirit, the peaceful application of warrior skills, from Delta Force to nursing, from combat operations to patient care, from tactical response to healing touch, always serving. "The military taught me to fight. Nursing taught me to heal. The community taught me both skills are valuable." When hospital shooting survivors see Nicole, they say, "Real warriors don't stop fighting. They find new battles worth fighting." Nicole's courage that day was the civilian application of Delta Force training. Military expertise applied in healthcare emergency. "I'm no longer a soldier, but the warrior spirit never ends. Service continues. Mission changes. Patients will understand in the future. Protection takes many forms." So I ask you, have you ever met veterans quietly serving in your healthcare community? Hidden military backgrounds quietly contributing to civilian medical care? Share in the comments. Because at Hidden Legends, we believe the greatest protectors often serve in the most healing roles. If this story moved you, share it, subscribe, and help these important veteran stories continue. We'll see you in the next legend. And remember, next time you see an ICU nurse, emergency medic, or healthcare worker, they might have military service background you never knew about. Real heroes change the forms of service, but the protection spirit never ends.